Yeah, okay. So can everyone like put their phones away and everything and listen? Right, so UML. So we described the system with a data flow diagram. We've described how the data stores look, but UML is a way of describing how the code is going to work and how you might lay out the classes in your code. Does everyone know what a class is? Do you know what a class is in programming? Yeah? Can someone give me an example of a class? Any sort of... Yeah, yeah. Or like, say, like if you're making an inventory system, you might, or an employee system, right? You might have an employee class, right? And that employee class encapsulates everything that an employee is, like their name, date of birth, and address. But use case diagrams are used to work out what processes you're going to have in your system. So again, we've got these oval things that there's this symbol, and it means like a process. And then you've got the people who are going to use it, actors. And this would be an overview of a use case system. So you've got an online shop, and you've got different things you can do, like place an order, cancel an order, manage it. And then you've got these people who are the actors who are going to use your system, and you're pointing arrows from them to the things that they're going to need to do. So only the visitor is going to be able to place an order, right? But the admin doesn't need to place an order because he just has to administrate it. But obviously, the visitor won't be able to change an order status or update the products, right? That's only an admin task. But obviously, there are certain things that both of them can do. So it's kind of trying to work out what sort of functions you're going to need to write in your code. What are the main things that your system needs to do? So it's a little bit like a data flow diagram. You remember you had all those processes, like what was a process in your data flow diagram? Can anyone remember? Toby?
Processes.
Yeah, what sort of processes did you make in the data flow diagram?
So
like we had a restaurant, didn't we? Yeah.
One would be like submit an order.
Yeah, so you make an order, submit it. Make a manager's report, wasn't it? That was one of them. So here you could break those processes down even more, perhaps, or put similar ones in here. You can make them very complicated as well. You can have like processes that extend on a process. So here we've got like a waiter who receives an order, and then there's a process or a function here to order the food, but an extension of that might be ordering the wine as well. So it's kind of related to ordering the food, but you're sort of extending its functionality. So like maybe you can help me out with it, and you can then like copy this with Visio and put it into your reports. So let's think about what sort of a use case diagram you might have, like with a hairdressing app. Because I'm gonna get that woman from the hair and beauty department. She runs the whole department. She's gonna come talk to you after like half term on the Monday, and like tell you what kind of system she wants, and you're gonna need to ask her questions about it. You know how it's gonna work. So it's good to sort of like try and understand it right now. What kind of processes might you have in a hair and beauty system, and what actors? Anyone? You could use paint. Go on. Right, okay, right. So you've got two actors, yeah? Like let's draw a little person, client, and then you've got a hairdresser. anyone, and maybe you want an admin of the system too, because then they can update. Hairdressers might not be able to do the same things, right? So maybe you want an admin. And so what sort of things can you do in the hairdressing app? So imagine this app downstairs, right? It's literally just for people to book hair appointments with that salon, right? So you've got to be able to find out when they need, because basically it's to help students practice cutting the hair, right? So give me some processes. It's really straightforward. What sort of processes might you need to do in an app or a website where you're going to place order? Yeah, maybe like, yeah, okay, like this is like make an appointment. What else? Who's gonna be able to make an appointment? Yeah, so we draw an arrow from there to there. Is it an arrow or is it a? Can an admin make an appointment? Probably not. Maybe. What other things can you do with appointments? Right, okay, cancel. So the client can cancel it. Who else can cancel the appointment? Okay, hairdresser, right. Give me something an admin could do. So I think the admin's role would be to change hairdressers. Okay. So sort of update the system, remove hairdressers who didn't work there anymore. What can the hairdressers like do in your app, Sentai? In your hairdressing app, what can hairdressers do? So what? They can accept an appointment. Okay, we could put that. But what kind of things do they need to be able to do to let clients know when they're available? Okay. So enter availability, yeah. They need to enter the availability. And so clients need to be able to check availability, don't they? So we can have another function for that, like check availability of hairdresser. I mean, there are probably a lot. Like, is there anything else you can think of that's really important? Let's think about this. So, make an appointment. He's got to accept the appointment. He can cancel. He can cancel. He's got to enter. They've got to enter their hair availability. They can change hairdressers. Maybe the admin can check availability too. What else do you need from a hairdressing app? And then we think of it. Feedback. Oh yeah, feedback. That's a good one. Who can? Yeah, like leave reviews. Huh? Yeah.
Well, you could hairdresser could be like, if there's a really bad guy, feedback to all other hairdressers who might accept it.
Yeah. What sort of? Yeah, it's actually really awful person to be a bad person to have your hair cut really long. Like, I suppose, but yeah, they could both need feedback. see what I'm doing here? I'm just trying to break down this whole system here. And the more we've thought about this now, when you come to interview this maid woman, you'll have more things to ask her about. You can go, look, I made this diagram. Let's like, is this right? How do you want that process to work? So feedback. I suppose another one would be check feedback as well, wouldn't it? Like or view the profile of a hairdresser, and then you can see like their star rating or something. I think that might be quite a good one. I'm running out of space here, but view profile of hairdresser. Can anyone think of anything else? Maybe payment. Like, okay, there's a lot of things a client could do. But it should be like this. So you should have all the processes in the middle. Okay, so let's see if we can use Visio and then copy that down and make that into a diagram. And if anything else you can think of, we can add it in there. So how do we use Visio for this? It's a Visio, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Visio app. You've got to look for the right template. Has anyone found the right template? Which one was it? I think if you search for UML, yeah, UML Use Case. So we can, down the side here, we've got all the different things we can do. We've got actors and use cases. And then when I want to write something in the use case box, I double click on it and I'll write down, okay, make an appointment. And then I grab an arrow, probably this one, and then I drag it onto there. So, and then I want to put a name for that. So client, so I write client belief. Then I'll put the other people on the other side. And we've got hairdresser. And then we've got admin. And what can they do? And then I'm going to grab the other use cases and put them here. So it shouldn't take too long, right? Maybe 10 minutes. Copy that down, add anything else extra. Really think about this system because it will probably help when talking to the woman from Hair and Beauty.